EDC canceled? Can they even do that? Yes. Yes, they can. And they did in the shittiest way. And I'm going to get into that right now. So, I'm going to take it back all the way to 2012. Okay. This was the second year that EDC had moved to Las Vegas. Okay. So, it was 1 year after I graduated. I ended up getting a good deal because I had a ticket and I got like the last spot in a car. And like 2 days before EDC, like the biggest festival of all time, the person who was driving, the people in her car bailed out. So I filled the seats with two of my friends from Redondo, and for like $60 I paid for like gas and like 3 nights at the circus sleeping on a bed. Like it was like a really good deal, just the way that everything happened. So anyways, we're out there, and this is like, I went to the one in LA that the girl unfortunately passed away at in 2010. I was at that one at the Coliseum, and I didn't go to the one in 2011. I don't remember why or whatever, but 2012 it came around, and it was just like a lot of people were going and stuff, and I don't know, it just became a thing where like it was kind of like everybody was going. So I can remember being there, and the first time I went, I remember I loved the hours were like 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought that was perfect. It's like 12 hours, it's half a day, and like that was cool. That's how it was at the EDC I went to in LA. This one in Vegas didn't start until 5 or 6 o'clock at night, and it was supposed to go from 6 at night till 6 in the morning, and there was supposed to be like sunrise, like sets and like stuff like that. So that was like the way they changed it up. So Friday, we get into Vegas. Or I can't say all the hotels, but like the hotel we were at, like there's just like everybody with little tutus and like the bracelets, and just like you could just see like just all of we could see them going down the streets, and like they're just like everywhere, like especially in the lobbies of the hotels. And like I said, we stayed at the circus, which wasn't bad, all things considered. I'm not a big Vegas gambler, drinker, guy, whatever. I don't even think I've been back. Or no, I've been back a couple times since then. But anyways, so we get in, we get our room like actually pretty quick, despite like there being a long ass line of people and stuff. Like I remember like getting to the room and everything, and like I said, it started at 5 or 6 o'clock at night. So it was supposed to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So like we get in, I can't remember, it was maybe like 12 o'clock, or we left early to get to Vegas. So we got there in like the afternoon. So we checked in, and like I think someone had an Airbnb, and we like went over there, and there was like a bunch of people from like Redondo and like all the different like South Bay cities and stuff that were staying pretty locally. So we're kind of just killing time until like the gates opened or whatever at like 5 or 6 or whatever. And I can remember these events pretty well because at this point in time, I definitely had like an ecstasy phase for sure, but at this point, like I wasn't taking that. Like I would just take a bunch of Xanax, and I would sneak a bunch of blunts in, and I would just like smoke weed, and like I had just as much fun. I probably had more fun because I didn't have to worry about coming down and stuff, honestly. So I can remember getting in there for Friday. Finally the time comes. They had I've been to so many events, and I don't know why they chose to do the biggest one. They chose to have the kind of parking where they park where every car that comes in just parks like in a line, and then the next rows of cars come in, and they park behind those cars, and it's like you can't leave. Like, if the 4 cars around you don't leave, you're not going anywhere, you know? Like, that shit sucks. I've been like so many different events, maybe like not even like raves, but like other types of just like events. Like, I hate that kind of parking. Like, I've definitely helped people like I've never been the one behind the wheel, but we've been like, all right, come this way, and then come this way, like trying to like guide people to like snake through cars that were still parked, you know? And like, shit, I could make a whole video on trying to find your car after a rave. Fuck, man. But anyways, so Friday goes on, and it's cool, it's whatever, you know, people are just kind of feeling everything out. And the funny thing, side story, real fast, is as we walked in, we weren't even in there for like 20-30 minutes, and the like very first person that I see is my homie Devin, aka Sweet Tooth Audio, the guy that I've posted on here before, my homie that I've known since preschool. He was the first person I saw in there, and I was like, damn, this is fucking crazy. We were like so far away from like from where we are, or where we're from, and like he's the first person, like the most familiar face I see within being there for like 10 minutes, you know. But there was like a lot of other like people that were there too. So Friday goes down. Friday's cool, you know, people have fun, the sets and stuff, like it's cool, it's set up, it has all the art installations, all that stuff, whatever. It's a regular day, you know. We had been to a bunch of all the Beyond Wonderlands and all the different types of stuff, you know, we've been to it. So Saturday comes along. Saturday, I can remember this specifically. Saturday was supposed to be like the big day, okay? Saturday, like specifically the sunrise, the Blue Man Group was supposed to be there. The Blue Man Group was supposed to like play during someone's set that was like the sunrise set. Like, they had all these, like the top DJs had like the like headlining spots were like at like sunrise, which, you know, I guess that's like sunrise. It was whatever to me. So that night's going on, and you know, we're all like, we're every time we went anywhere, like, you know, we'd be walking like 20-30 people deep. Like, there was always a lot of us. And, you know, some people would branch out, some people get lost, some people do their own thing, but everyone stays together for like the most part, especially out there in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? It's different when we're in LA in like our backyard, but in Vegas, different story. So like Saturday, you know, I remember getting in, and you know, I'll post a picture of like the lights and stuff like on the thumbnail or somewhere around here. I'll post it on there so you can see what it looked like. And so Saturday we get there, and I can specifically remember that somebody who was with the group, like it was like midnight, okay? So we'd been there for a couple hours. Somebody pulls out a little eyeglass dropper of acid, and they start putting it like on everybody's like your little area, like right there. He's like dropping it right there so they could go like that. And like, you know, he asked me, I'm like, nah, I'm good. And like literally I saw like 20 or 30 people drop acid. And, you know, I'm like, oh, cool, whatever, you know, shit, I'm not judging or anything. But what happens is, after that, like I'd say like 30 minutes after that, so like people are probably like, I could tell that people were starting to like come up, even though I wasn't even on anything. I could like still like feel it with them. And so we're at the stage, we're at the dubstep stage, the bass, drum and bass and dubstep stage. And I can still remember that it was Zed's Dead. Zed's Dead was on stage playing, and I'm not like a huge like, oh yeah. I just remember that they were playing. They're playing a specific song, like White Satin or something. Like it's a very specific sounding song. So they're playing this song, and they're playing the song, and it's going and it's going, and then all of a sudden, just silence, just complete silence, and everybody's just kind of like looking around at everyone else, like kind of like what just happened. And we can see the DJs, like there wasn't like huge crowds or anything. Like you'll see in one of the pictures, I'll try to post it as my thumbnail, I was like right up close. I have a video on my shorts or somewhere else that you can see how close I was. You can actually like see Funk Case, like you can actually see him. So like I can see the DJs are trying to press play, they're trying to adjust the knobs and everything, and nothing's happening. Nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. And, you know, like time keeps going. And like I felt really bad for all the people that just dropped acid because I was like, damn, this has to suck, you know? So finally we get word that the like, and I personally I feel real like I'm very like, you know, I feel done dirty by this company because I used to work for this security company that was doing security for EDC, and I specifically asked multiple people, hey, are they gonna like, is the show gonna keep going? Like, are they gonna start the show back up? And every single one of them, every single one, no matter if it's an old person, young person, female, male, whatever, I asked so many different kinds of security people. They all told me yes. They said, just wait. We're just waiting. Like, and you know, I have heard from someone who does like stage tech stuff that like there have been festivals where it was because of the wind. There was a big windstorm. Finally someone came on like the loudspeaker and they were talking about the windstorms, and that's why they had to stop. Because apparently there's, you could probably find it on YouTube. I'd never have looked it up, but I'm sure it's there, that like people have talked about it. It's probably happened more than once, of like equipment falling because of the wind, and it like hurts or kills people or whatever, you know. So that was their main concern, and I'll get to it when I get to it, but like I see why they did it. So every one of them is telling me, yeah, and I'm relaying the information back to people saying, oh yeah, they said that they're gonna, and you know, I'm like, I'm sober more than anybody fucking around me pretty much. So like I'm like trying to tell them like, yeah, they said it's gonna start back up. It's all good, blah blah blah. And then after just time, and they were like, go over there, go sit down, go over there. Like after a while, I figured it out that like that shit wasn't gonna start back up. It was like 12, then it'd be like 1, then it was like 2, and still nothing had happened. And so we were like, all right, let's get out of here. So we uh we go to the exit, and everybody's going to the exit because everybody basically figures it out almost at like the same time, I feel like. So everybody goes to the parking lot, okay? And like I told you before, the parking lot was the worst kind of fucking parking. I'd rather walk a fucking mile than have to deal with parking where you're parking right up against each other side to, like, it's just, oh my god, like sardines, literally like a package of sardines, but cars in the lot. So like everybody is trying to get out, and it makes it's like it's crazy. Like it can screw you over when nobody's trying to leave, but it can also screw you over when everybody's trying to leave because everybody's trying to pull out and turn this way, that way. There's probably a lot of little fender benders and like accidents and stuff like that. I can only imagine. So we're like in the car, and while I was waiting, this is what I was going to bring up about the windstorms. While I was waiting, I knew where to go. I knew where to go. The people that, two of my homies, they got out on the other side of the Vegas Speedway. So I had to wait for them to walk all the way around the racetrack to where we parked the car at, okay? So while I was sitting there, the wind just started fucking whipping up, like, and there's like sand like right there outside of the whatever, the speedway, whatever it's called. There's like sand, like dirt, sand, and it was whipping up. Like I didn't see a tornado, so to speak, but it was like the wind was whipping around, and it was hitting me, and it was hurting. Like I swear to God, I mean, I wasn't like, ow, ow, but like it was noticeably like, it almost felt like getting like a little rat tail, like with like a towel, like, but or like if when someone throws fucking sand at you, shit, it felt just like that, you know. So finally, my homies get back to the car. We're all in the car, and like it's a fiasco. Like we're like thinking about it, and we're like, fuck, man, we're never gonna get out of here. And like we're like trying to get out, and you know, hey, it is what it is. I'm not gonna name any names, but like I didn't detest it. The someone that I was with in the car had diabetes, so she happened to have her diabetes thing in the car to check her blood pressure. And hey, we rolled down the window, and she would like held it out the window, and we were trying to say like, yo, we need to go, like we gotta go. Or so she probably, I don't know the language, but maybe she said she was low on blood sugar or something, I don't know. But hey, if that's a horrible thing, then it is what it is. People do way worse shit than that. So, but here's the ironic part. So that actually works, and we make it out, like people let us out while everyone else is still struggling. Like I'm in contact with like all my homies that are still stuck in the parking lot, like all of them. So we get back to the hotel room in like fucking like 25 minutes, okay? So we get back there, but the problem is everybody else is stuck in the fucking parking lot. So by the time, I can literally remember, by the time that someone texted me and we're like, yo, like we're on the way back, we're like coming to the hotel, it was 5:30 in the morning. And I remember being like, dude, like I'm going to, I don't even know if I responded, but if I did respond, I was like, dude, like nah, like it's fucking way too late, dude. Like we already been here for like a couple hours, gambled, was drinking, whatever, you know. But it's so like that little shortcut, like I don't know, maybe that's karma, maybe that's whatever. I mean, it's definitely not equal karma to like doing that, but hey, it is what it is, man. Like it is what it is. It was what it was. So it's not like we got to have a grand old time afterwards. Like we're literally just like sitting there, just like twiddling our thumbs, like of just like, well, like we're here, but nobody else is. So that was the night that they actually, that was supposed to be the Blue Man Group night. That was supposed to be like, they had like fireworks, even though there were fireworks every night. But that Saturday night was supposed to be the full day of like, you know, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like Saturday was just like, it's always that peak day. So that was the day they were saving up all like the dope shit, and they were trying to time it around when the sunrise was happening. So we missed out on all of that shit. Then the next day happened, and they don't give us no refund, no partial refund, no ticket to anything else, no kind of anything. It was just like, well, Saturday's done. Here's Sunday. Like they literally didn't. It was just like as if Saturday went down without a hitch, and then Sunday was like, oh, okay, well, there's the schedule. There's this person's playing at 1 o'clock. This person is at 2 o'clock. Like they like didn't even acknowledge it. So I felt like the least they could have done is been like, yo, we're having like a marquee pool party, or you know, they're probably doing a bunch of weird little events and shit that they could have offered. Maybe they did. Maybe I didn't spend enough money. I don't know. But regardless, you know, it was weird. I've never been back to EDC for it was so much cooler in LA. Like I'm not going to go on about that, but it was so much cooler in LA. Everything was so expensive in Vegas. If you're thinking about going for Vegas, I mean, check it out, but like everything was so much, like everything's already expensive out there for the tourism, and then think about like ravers like all fucked up on drugs and what, like it's just like astronomically, like a bagel's like fucking like $15 with cream cheese and a plain bagel or something. It's like ridiculous, just like a regular event or anything, even like a baseball game or whatever. Like a bottle of water's $8 or something. So you know, there's always going to be people taking advantage of a system. That's what I always say. So anyways, like Sunday, you know, we couldn't get Saturday back, so tried to make the best of Sunday. Sunday was cool, and you know, like, oh, and the other thing about Saturday was all those people that were on acid. I thought about them too, like trying to navigate their way out of all those cars and stuff. Man, I would not want to be in that fucking position. Fuck no. So, anyways, Sunday went down, and you know, we just felt ripped off that like Saturday, like all these things that we were like looking forward to. I was looking forward to the Blue Man Group. My homie told me they make sounds with like cinnamon toast crunch or some Captain Crunch in their mouth, like flicking their mouths or some shit. I've never seen anything like that, but I was like down. So that was how it got canceled, and we never got any kind of retribution, any type of anything, reimbursement. So you know, it is what it is. If you want to go, go, but if you missed out on LA, I don't think it's ever coming back, but I'm glad I at least to take a part of it. So I know I missed out yesterday. I figured everybody was watching football. I was. I had an almost perfect score and I still fucking lost. I only lost one game. So, anyways, um, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed my little tale of EDC 2012 Las Vegas. And yeah, felt good to bring you guys some content. Hope you guys have a nice day.